Welcome back, everyone. Corey Anderson here. Today is January 20th, and right now it is 2:20. We're on our lunch break from work. We already trained 6 clients today, and we don't have our last client until 6 o'clock today, so we still have several hours until then. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and go over chapter 14 with you, okay, in our lovely book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. So, let's get started. Chapter 14, The Impression of Increase. Whether you change your vocation or not, your actions for the present must be those pertaining to the business in which you are now engaged. You can get into the right business you want by making constructive use of the business you are already established in, by doing your daily work in a certain way. And in so far as your business consists in dealing with other men, whether personally or by letter, the key thought of all your efforts must be to convey to their minds the impression of increase. Increase is what all men and all women are seeking. It is the urge of the formless intelligence within them, seeking fuller expression. The desire for increase is inherent in all nature. It is the foundational impulse of the universe. All human activities are based on the desire for increase. People are seeking more food, more clothes, better shelter, more luxury, more beauty, more knowledge, more pleasure, increase in something, more life. Every living thing is under this necessity for continuous advancement. Where increase of life ceases, dissolution and death set in at once. Man instinctively knows this, and hence he is forever seeking more. This law of perpetual increase is set forth by Jesus in the parable of the talents. Only those who gain more retain any. From him who hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. The normal desire for increase, wealth is not an evil or reprehensible thing. It is simply the desire for more abundant life. It is aspiration. I want to add on to that too. Money is not evil. Money is neutral. It is a form of exchange on this planet, and it is also a necessity. It is something that we all need. Okay, so get it out of your head that money is the root of all evil. Whoever told you that, it is not true. Okay, because it's something we need. It's the love of money. When the man starts to love money more than he loves his people, that's when real problems start to happen. Okay. And because it is the deepest instinct of their natures, all men and women are attracted to him who can give them more of the means of life. In following the certain way as described in the foregoing passages, you are getting continuous increase for yourself, and you are giving it to all with whom you deal. You are a creative center from which increase is given off to all. Be sure of this, and convey assurance to the fact to every man, woman, and child with whom you come in contact. No matter how small the transaction, even if it be only the selling of a stick of candy to a little child, put into it the thought of increase, and make sure that the customer is impressed with that thought. I want to throw in a word with that sentence. Enthusiasm. You have to have enthusiasm. There's even a quote by Mr. Emerson. He says that nothing great can ever be achieved without enthusiasm. And what enthusiasm is just a sharing of interest, a show of interest. When you're enthusiastic about something, people are seeing the interest you have in it. Okay, and also charisma. Charisma is the ability of an individual to be able to move energy, to be able to move somebody else's energy through inspiration and motivation. When you have charisma, that helps you to set other forces in motion that other people have. You know, the energy of somebody else. Let's say someone is stagnant. You know, they're in the habit of being stationary. They don't want to move. They have what is this word? Stagnant energy. They have energy that's just not going anywhere. You know, it just is there. But once they're active, once they're getting into something, their energy starts to become more active. Their energy starts to become more moving. It has more movement. You know, you're taking a person from being in a sedentary life into a moving energy type life. You know, an active life. Okay, that is charisma, being able to get somebody to move from one place to another one through inspiration. Okay? Be sure of this, and convey assurance to the fact of every man, woman, and child with whom you come in contact. I just read this right now, but I'm going to go ahead and read it again. Okay? No matter how small the transaction, even if it be only the selling of a stick of candy to a little child, put into it the thought of increase, and make sure that the customer is impressed with the thought. Convey the impression of advancement with everything you do, so that all people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing man, and that you advance all who deal with you, even to the people whom you meet in a social way, without any thought of business, and to whom you do not try to sell anything. Give the thought of increase. And that is what we are all here doing. We are all increasing yourselves. You are increasing yourself. You took the time to watch this video because you're interested to hear what this chapter has for you, for us, for me and you, because we are the lights of the world, and you and me, together, we can make a difference. Through knowledge, through learning, through education, through applying, and through changing, and to inspiring. Okay? You were born on this world to do great things. We are all meant to leave by leaving our mark. Okay? You can convey this impression by holding the unshakable faith that you yourself are in the way of increase, and letting this faith inspire, fill, and permeate every action. Do everything that you do in the firm conviction that you are an advancing personality, and that you are giving advancement to everybody. Feel that you are getting rich, and that in doing so you are making others rich, and conferring benefits on all. Do not boast or brag about your success, or talk about it unnecessarily. True faith is never boastful. Wherever you find a boastful person, you find one who is secretly doubtful and afraid. Simply feel the faith, and let it work out in every transactions. Let every act and tone and look express the quiet assurance that you are getting rich, that you are already rich. Words will not be necessary to communicate these feelings to others. They will feel the sense of increase when in your presence, and will be attracted to you again. You must so impress others that they will feel that in associating with you, they will get increase for themselves. See that you give them a use value greater than the cash value you are taking from them. Take an honest pride in doing this, and let everybody know it, and you will have no lack of customers. People who go where they are given increase, and the Supreme, which desires increase in all, and which knows all, will move you towards men and women who have never heard of you. Your business will increase rapidly, and you will be surprised at the unexpected benefits which will come to you. You will be able from day to day to make larger combinations, secure greater advantages, and to go on into a more congenial vocation if you desire to do so. But in doing all this, you must never lose sight of your vision of what you want, or your faith and purpose to get what you want. Now, I want to attach something to that when he says that. But in doing this, never lose sight of your vision of what you want, or your faith and purpose to get what you want. And I want to attach a quote to that, said by Jesus the Messiah. He says, "It is done unto you as you believe. It is done unto you as you believe. It is done unto you as you believe." You know, you don't always have to just make things happen, because there are a lot of things that you can't do yourself, that only the Supreme Intelligence can do for you. Okay, remember, you can only take actions where you are now. You cannot act in the future. Okay, let everything of tomorrow be done from the Supreme Intelligence. You know, we are all surrounded by an intelligent mind, you know, this mind that knows all within itself, and we are all one with this mind. Remember what he says, I and my Father are one. You and God are one. You and the universal spirit are one. One mind, one intelligence, one supreme spirit, and we are all simply individualized spirit. Okay? So, with that, it is done unto you as you believe. You are, like we were saying, man is a thinking center. Like, Wallace D. Wattles says that man is a thinking center, and this original substance, this spirit, this conscious energy, which permeates all things, acts upon your thoughts, okay, and you are setting those forces in motion, while you yourself are also embodying it. So, when it comes, you take actions to receive it, because you're bringing it to you, you're creating that situation, and whatever action you make determines the outcome of that specific environment. Okay. Where was I? Let me here give you another word of caution in regard to motives. Beware of the insidious temptation to seek for power over other men. Nothing is so pleasant to the unformed or partially developed mind as the exercise of power or dominion over others. The desire to rule for selfish gratification has been the curse of the world. For countless ages, kings and lords have drenched the earth with blood in their battles to extend their dominions. This not to seek more life for all, but to get more power for themselves. What I want for myself, I want for all. Never forget that affirmation. Today, the main motive in the business and industrial world is the same. Men marshal their armies of dollars and lay waste the lives and hearts of millions in the same mad scramble for power over others. Commercial kings, like political kings, are inspired by the lust for power. True power comes from within. Jesus saw in this desire for mastery and moving impulse of that evil world he sought to overthrow. Read the 23rd chapter of Matthew and see how he pictures the lust of the Pharisees to be called master, to sit in the high places, to domineer over others, and to lay burdens on the backs of the less fortunate. And note how he compares this lust for dominion with the brotherly seeking for the common good to which he calls his disciples. Now, viewer, I am on the same boat as you. Okay, I am part of the working class right now. Okay, I'm sorry. We are part of the world class. Okay, but we're still taking time to manifest our dreams and our goals and our desires. We have just started, and we still have a lot to learn before we could even get there. Remember, you must be before you can have. You must be able to be that person who's able to take care of those things. You have to build your character first, and then you'll be able to keep those things, and those things will come to you. Remember, the universe is building you up to that vision that you are holding yourself in your mind. Okay? If that was given to you just right away, you will not be able to keep it with who you are now. Okay? It'll just fall, and you'll lose it all. Okay? Building character, building strength, building that foundational person within yourself. The mind that seeks for mastery over others is the competitive mind, and the competitive mind is not the creative one. In order to master your environment and your destiny, it is not at all necessary that you should rule over your fellow men, and indeed, when you fall into the world's struggles for the highest places, you begin to be conquered by fate and environment, and your getting rich becomes a matter of chance and speculation. Beware of the competitive mind. No better statement of the principle of creative action can be formulated than the favorite declaration of the late Golden Rule, Jones of Toledo, quote, "What I want for myself, I want for everybody," end quote. The Golden Rule. What I want for myself, I want for all. Okay. That's funny. I didn't even know that it ended the chapter with that. He says in the same thing, the law of opulence. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos, but I also made some videos on the law of opulence written by Wallace D. Wattles. He wrote those in an article back in, I believe it was 1906. 4 years before he actually wrote this book itself. And, yeah, that was already a couple months ago. That's wild. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 14 with the impression of increase. Remember, we are here to inspire, we are here to motivate, we are here to show you guys our progress, and also to bring you guys along with us in our road of self-development. Okay, with that being said, going to end it with this video, and I'll see you